Hello, and welcome back to the Broken Respawn podcast, where we talk all things games and other things that randomly interest us. I'm TBSliver, and I'm joined here today by SarinTal.
What's up, everyone?
And CaedesEnder.
Good evening, folks.
How is everyone today?
Today I'm actually okay.
That's a good start.
I mean, considering the past two broadcasts, I'm like, no, I'm too tired for this.
Oh no.
No.
Oh, no.
Not past two not broadcasts, stream days. It's like Friday is like, yeah, I'll see you all Wednesday. Wednesday shows up, yeah, no, I'll see you guys Friday.
Oh no.
You're to blame then. You've stolen my energy, have you? Because I am done today.
Oh man, I've been all of last week was nothing but like appointments and everything for me and the wife, as y'all know, baby's on the way.
Yeah.
So
now I found that today I had a fair bit of energy as well, which is just like, what? The day before I was like, I was dead, just dead to the world. Like three cups of coffee and a monster, and I still couldn't keep focus at work.
The heart's pounding, but the brain's not working.
Yep. Probably pounding too fast.
I'm just tired faster.
Yeah. Right. Ah, dear. And those yeah, and those that pay a little attention, we've done a little bit of audio tweaking this time, and hopefully Caedes doesn't sound like he's trying to shout through the other end of a bloody string telephone.
Yeah, we'll see.
So
my
let us know in the
CB
comments.
radio's gone in for repair.
Yeah, let us know in the comments if it sounds much better, and we'll try and keep this setup going or improve it more. Oh yeah, and while you're down there, hit the like button, please,
And the bell.
and the bell. Yeah, get the bell because then you get notified. Anyway, so what have we actually been up to this past week? Past fortnight even. It's not been. I was imagining it's been a long time, but no, it's been about the normal.
Well, we did the Atlas server test.
Yeah, that
was fun.
I managed to get on for I think half an hour. That was it.
We had a couple of naval battles as the Blood Wolves.
Nice.
The surrender system works. I can vouch for that one.
That's good.
Because we go out 1v1ing, and then all of a sudden there's 6v1 against us.
Sounds
so
fun.
You know what? Yeah, the surrender button worked. I didn't want to lose the ship we just finished building. Literally, we had a ship built within an hour of the server start, and then we went out to sea, and then we got 6v1'd. I'm like, I don't want to sacrifice the ship just yet. So the surrender button worked. We left. We were on our way. And then we went for another engagement. We just played. We just had a giant relay race on the trade winds. That was fun.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I didn't manage to get as much into the server test as I wanted. Partially because it was my birthday weekend, so I was doing other things.
Happy belated birthday!
Thank you very much. I had Kremlik up for the weekend. We played a lot of games and chatted a lot. It was great fun. But yeah, I was basically occupied, so I had to spin up the server. Well, I didn't have to spin up the server. Me and Poe figured out a way to just leak the password at the right time. Yeah, so apart from that, yeah, I did a load of work in the behind the scenes for it. So yeah.
Really appreciate all the work you put into it.
Yeah, it's a lot of little bits that add up. And it's been really weird. How have you been, Caedes? What have you been up to this last little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I installed Atlas. I will play maybe at some point if I get a chance. But it does look fucking great.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I too have been very, very unproductive when it comes to doing anything other than IRL productive stuff. So I think pretty much the only thing I've done this week is play some Wild Hearts.
How was that?
Yeah,
I've not had a chance.
How is that?
Yeah, I went in with low expectations because I've played similar games from the company before, and they're usually mediocre. But I came out really enjoying this one. I think it's got a lot of mechanics that Monster Hunter needs to pay attention to. It could quite easily overtake them in all but, fan favorite kind of thing. The ability to go around and build your own camp is fast travel wherever you want as long as you've been there before. Essentially, it's really cool. Weapons could do with a little bit more play to them. I really like the bow and arrow. That is definitely by far the most fun. Everything else feels like a little lackluster, but the combat itself is really good, and the monsters are different enough from Monster Hunter to. Well, I'm buying it. All right.
okay. You're going. You've managed to convince yourself to buy it. That's okay.
It went from maybe a sale purchase to move around some funds and see if I can justify it to myself.
Yeah. After watching you play it, I'm like, if it goes on sale, I'm probably definitely going to buy it. But I know what I'm like with Monster Hunter and stuff. It would be, and the number of games I've got currently running that I don't know if I've got the time.
Yeah.
To put, because this is a 100-hour game, easy.
Oh yeah. I mean, on one stream I put 5 hours in, and then went to put another 3 hours in, just milling around and kind of seeing what was available in the other weapons off stream.
Yeah.
And that was part of a 10-hour demo that EA have got with Game Pass at the moment. So I knocked out my 10-hour demo without even thinking about it. It was just gone, and I only hunted 3 monsters.
I mean, that's still good. I love the idea of the turrets and stuff. Like, it looks like it brings such a different gameplay to.
It's kind of very sci-fi fantasy feel to it almost.
It's got that same kind of steampunky style to Sekiro, which I wasn't sure about, but I really like. I was worried that the building in combat was going to be a bit too formulaic, like, oh, this monster is about to do this, so you have to do this. It's really not. You can pretty much freeform wherever you want, and buildings you build stay. So if you build a springboard and use it in combat and kill the monster, and then go back to your camp and come back 20 hours later, that springboard is still there.
Interesting.
As long as it's not been trampled and run over by a monster, it is still there. And if you build a camp, I have literally woken up out of my tent, come walking out, and realised I've built a tent in the monster's den. And it is looking at me. But if they do destroy your stuff, the bigger buildings, not the combat buildings, you obviously lose it, and you've only got so much elemental resource, which is kind of your cap for what you can build. But if they destroy it, you can go and hunt the monster down that destroyed it, and when you kill it, everything automatically rebuilds.
Oh, nice.
Without any material expenditure.
Interesting.
So it's got some very, very good... The fast travel, the ability to set up your own grappling hook chains and go around from area to area. I kind of worry, my only remaining worry, is that the multiplayer is a little bit Dark Souls. As in, you go and join people for the hunt, and then you leave after the hunt. Okay. I don't know. I've not really tried too much into it. I've only really gone and joined people. So I don't know if that's the same, and there is a way to set it up so you can go around Monster Hunter style. But that's my only real beef with it, that it's a bit more session. You know, we're going to hunt this, right, we're done. But as an off-season Monster Hunter game, yeah, it's definitely got a place for, as far as I can see.
I can see it more as an off-season Monster Hunter than the game that we kept saying was going to be an off-season Monster Hunter and never actually playing, which was, what was it called again? The one on Epic?
Oh, Dauntless.
Dauntless, yes. We kept saying we were going to go play that one while we wait for Rise to think. Rise's timing was just absolutely impeccable, and we never managed to get out of the Rise thing for like half a year.
Yeah, no, I'm still playing it. I've got my standard charge blade build. I've got a secondary charge blade build. I've gone and built a dagger set that's like an immortal vampire, constantly draining its own health and regenerating it through attacks. I've got a new heavy bowgun sticky build up and running now, and I'm working on a hammer build. I am constantly playing Rise in my spare time. I cannot drag myself away from it.
Speaking of, though, I'd really love to see that crossover that I sent you with the Skyward Sword charge axe or whatever.
Yeah, the Master Sword with the Hyrulean shield as the charge blade. Please.
That looks kind of... I wonder if, obviously, that's the sort of thing you could probably get a modder would probably throw in.
Yeah, probably.
With one of them, either as an extra weapon or just...
But they do crossovers. I mean, we've got Sonic in there at the moment. We've got Street Fighter in there.
Wait, you have Sonic right now?
Yep.
Sonic, you can get your cat to dress up in a Sonic suit, shall we say, in a kind of a furry suit, and you can also get your dog to dress up in like a Tails cosplay as well. So
okay,
and there's a mission where you run around collecting rings.
Yep. Makes so much money. It's actually the best way to make money. It's like
it used to be,
it's not anymore. Is it not? Oh,
no.
It was
and,
really good.
World
they've nerfed it then.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
World had Witcher, which I was never able to get that mission beat.
No.
World had Witcher.
Final Fantasy.
Had Witcher 1, Witcher twice.
Had Witcher and
Final Fantasy, Resident Evil, Street Fighter twice,
Mega Man,
Horizon Zero Dawn, Mega Man.
There's so many crossovers.
Was it Dante's Inferno?
Devil May Cry. It was
Devil May Cry.
Yes.
Dante, yeah.
Dante from
They do love their crossovers, so
yeah.
You never know what happened.
That was mad.
But yeah, no, Wild Hearts. If I pick it up this weekend, if I get a chance, I will stream some again, and I'm looking forward to what other weird monsters they've got, because they're less realistic in the universe than Monster Hunter, and I think that lends it a very nice mythical feel to it. Whereas Monster Hunter feels like a world, Wild Hearts feels like a legend, and I kind of like that aspect to it.
They're almost mystically grown out of whatever the ether is.
Yeah,
in the game.
one of them is just a giant pig.
Yes.
But
I've seen that one. Oh my god.
I was hunting something else, and he just walked past me, and I felt the ground shaking, and I just sat for a full minute and watched him just walk by, and I'm like, oh, you are horrifyingly large.
That is one of the things that I looked at from that I think was probably something that I wanted the most, because you don't get that in Monster Hunter, because there's like 3 monsters in an area. You might turn around and one of them's turned up to fight, but it's just like you don't get the and X has just decided, you know what, I'm going to go down to the water to have a snack. Hey, what's this thing?
They do it a little more in World, but one of the things my biggest gripe about World is that all the monsters are standard monsters. Except for the raids, Kulvataros, Zora Magdaros, Xenojiva, except for those.
The big ones.
Everything is just a normal monster. So when it came to things like the giant Jagras that they put in for the event quest, the one that's like 4 times the size of a standard Jagras, that felt like the biggest monster in the area, because there was nothing of that size. And Monster Hunter has monsters of that size with, things like Gamoth and some of the Elder Dragons. They are that size, and you fight them even bigger when you consider things like Lao Shanlong.
Yeah.
They're so big you can't fight them. You have to use turreted weaponry. But World didn't do a very good job of showing that side of things. And Rise does it a little better, but I think Wild Hearts does it much better. The sense of scale in it is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I hope for this is, because it is a fully open world game, isn't it? Like,
as far I've only got the demo one lets me get up to the first town. Okay. So from what I can tell, it's broken into regions, which will have loading screens in between, but each of those regions acts like a mini open world. Okay,
so it's open world-ish. It's like there's
open world adjacent.
Open world adjacent. It's I think I saw when you were going around. It had like those. I remember it from Outriders, the little cracks that you sort of shuffle through, and you can tell there's a loading screen in that. I
made a point of that, because that is genuinely gaming industry. Please listen to me. Nobody likes shimmy. We don't like being forced to walk between a small gap really slowly, or across a ledge, or a branch crossing a chasm really slowly.
You can blame Half-Life for that.
Please stop it. No, it's something. It's genuinely something in the last 5-6 years, kind of Horizon Zero Dawn era. That's when it started. And when it comes to the point that RPGs like Final Fantasy Remake are doing it, just stop, please.
It did it. It did it earlier than that. Half-Life 1, The Lift.
They've always had it, but they've never done it. It's something about shimmying that makes it so obvious what they're doing.
Yeah,
I'm more thinking about the exploration games like Lara Croft and Uncharted. They do that a lot in there, but understandably why, because you're exploring ruins generally.
Yeah, I mean, and even then in Horizon Zero Dawn, Lara Croft, and the others of its ilk, they tend to tie into a bit where it makes sense, where it is a chasm in a you've seen it coming for a while and it's part of a puzzle. In Final Fantasy, and even in some visual novels and completely story-based decision games now, they put it in there, and you can tell they've done it because everybody's doing it. There's no reason behind it at all. It's just, just stop, please stop. I hate it. Every time it comes up, my enthusiasm for a game just drops.
Yeah.
But it happened in the tutorial. I had to go into a cave, and then I had to shimmy out of the cave. It hasn't happened since in the remaining 10 hours I've played. So, it might just be for certain story segments, which I can kind of almost forgive it for, but that is almost forgive, not actually forgive.
It's like, if it's a really sodding big area and a mission specific in there, then kind of like, I know Outriders did that sort of thing where like you had it did it badly in a small area, but like you had a big fight sequence sort of thing in an area, that sort of thing, and if it makes sense to that.
Yeah, they did it as a transition between, in quotation marks, the open world and a specific boss arena.
Yeah.
So the reason they did it was sensible. The way they did it was stupid.
Yeah.
Because every time I walked past one, I'm like, there's a boss in there for later.
Yep. It's like, oh,
I haven't got the quest yet, but I know there's a boss in there.
that log is surprisingly big.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, genuinely, there's not many tropes in the gaming industry that I can't ignore.
Yeah.
But this is becoming one of them. I really hate it.
Yeah, no, I get you on that. Yeah. No, so yeah, but I also hope that this gives, like, if this does really well, and I hope it does well, I hope this gives the Monster Hunter teams a bit of a thing of, maybe we could do an open worldy one.
Yeah. Hopefully, we're hoping that's what
see.
Paradise is going to be anyway. That it's going to be more open world.
Yeah.
But I want competition for Monster Hunter. I love Monster Hunter. I absolutely adore it. I've got over nearly 2,000 hours now in the franchise in the last 5 years. So to see them have something to compete against, even if it is just something that steps in and goes, while you're waiting for a Monster Hunter update, hey, come play Wild Hearts.
Yeah. If they time it right, they'll have a huge amount of players.
I guess the tied over game that I want to talk about next would be Sons of the Forest.
I don't think that's a tied over game, dude. I don't think that's a tied. I think that's just a.
And it does touch on a lot of points that we've just been making about Monster Hunter. So we got the scale of the game itself, which is open world, and it's supposed to be 4 times bigger than the previous forest.
Really? How?
Yes,
it's the same island.
No, it's not. It's a different island.
Yeah.
If you actually look at the story from the first game, there are multiple of these quote-unquote installations of just spread across the world. So this is a different island. It's supposed to be 4 times bigger. I want to see how they do the transitions for the caves, if they're going to do the whole rope thing in it and whatnot. New variation on the mutants, which that's going to be interesting to see, and definitely a new combat mechanic and AI, an AI companion as well, which that will be interesting to see how that's going to work in multiplayer, because I know I've already got messages from Griffin Jet saying, hey, it's out. I'm like, cool, it's out. But I just bought a $600 stroller. Ouch! I ain't got the money for it.
Yeah, I picked it up at release. I bought it at 9 minutes past 5, and I tried to. It took me and the 4 guys who I'm going to be playing with 15 minutes to get through the store.
Wow.
Yeah, so I already told them, it's like, let's finish playing Grounded first, and then we'll play that.
Yeah. My payday came through for me, and I'm looking at it going, but I can't. I've bought too many retro consoles this month. I can't afford it. I need to buy a new desk. Like, that's next month's purchase, is a new desk.
A new desk?
Yeah, this one's got a bit of a curve in the middle, and it really shouldn't have.
Just buy a bit of 2x4 and mount it underneath. You'll fix that curve.
Not without possibly cracking the desk. That's the problem.
Oh,
But yeah.
You just don't know how to do it right.
Oh,
There is
probably.
There's a lot of games. I'm just looking actually. There's a lot of good games releasing, not just this week, but today.
Today.
Oh yeah,
Like
I
Dragon
mean, the end
Inn
of February was
Digimon
insane.
World Next Order, Aces and Adventures, Blood Bowl 3, Company of Heroes, Sons of the Forest, Octopath Travelers Tomorrow. Like, there's a lot of games releasing this week.
This weekend, what the hell? Oh, and also one you've missed out on the No Man's Sky update went live.
Yes.
Today,
This
yesterday,
morning, last night, something like that.
now is live now.
Yeah, it is definitely live now because my obsessed friend is playing it right now.
That'll do it.
Oh, the new Digimon World. Oh.
Now, it's not new Digimon World, it's PlayStation 4 Digimon World converted to PC. Highly recommend it. I've got nearly 100 hours in that game.
Is that on Steam or?
Steam? It's on Steam and Switch as of today.
Digimon World.
Okay. Because I have the most recent Switch Digimon World, Digimon Survive. I've got to play through that one still.
I've done about an hour in that, and it's not a Digimon game. It's a visual novel with a Digimon skin. But I've really enjoyed what I've played so far.
Yeah, so I've got to play that one. Like, I originally bought it for my wife because my wife is a huge Digimon fan. So,
in that case, yeah, she'll love Digimon World. It is a love letter to Digimon. It's amazing.
Okay, then that will be on a wish. Yeah, it looks like it's it.
Yeah. Making sure I was getting the right game for the trailer.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. Trailer before. Sorry.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah,
Rain.
it released on PS4. I think it was the same year as Final Fantasy 15. So it's not a new game by any stretch.
Yeah.
But they finally ported it to Steam and Switch, which is nice. But yeah,
Okay.
I highly recommend it.
It's-
Massive variety of Digimon, fun
Very
story.
similar playstyle to the like another Digimon game that was on PlayStation 4. It was like Cyber one.
Sleuth?
Cyber Sleuth, yeah.
This one goes more into the breeding and the training elements, but yeah, I think a lot of Digimon games do fall into that set kind of thing.
Was that
which is why I
Slimer
said-
just then? Hang on.
No, that's a Sukamon.
Sukamon. Okay. I was like,
Sukamon.
that was. She was hugging Slimer. What the hell?
Didn't even need to see it. I knew what you were talking about. That's Sukamon.
Digimon is something that I managed to never like. I wanted to get into it. I'd enjoyed the shows originally back as a kid, and tried playing a copy of my friends on the PlayStation 1.
Yep.
Was it PS1 or PS2?
Digimon World 1 and 2 were both on the PS1.
Might have been Digimon World 1 or 2. I don't remember which one in particular. And I remember playing that one, and it was good fun. It was good fun. It was.
It's
Pokemon-esque.
the sense of humor.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't
Pokemon
say
doesn't take itself
I've gotten
seriously.
into any of the Digimon games or the universe.
No.
Well, the Digimon World ones are meant to be very much the Pokemon competitor, but they've taken it to the nth degree in this one, and I think every single Digimon is in it, including the Legends.
Oh, that's cool.
You can go full on Slapemon or whatever the other stupid dark version of that guy is. But I like my bugs. Give me a Kabuterimon, a Hercules Kabuterimon. Just give me the bugs. The bugs are the best.
It does look like it gets to the level of Dragon Ball Z, almost overpowering
Oh yeah,
big things.
With
It's like, oh wow.
the fusions and the mega attacks and the ulti forms, and yeah, no, 100%. It just doesn't take itself seriously at all. I mean, like I said, there is Digimon that are poop with eyeballs.
Right. Okay.
And the way in the original versions, the way you got that was by not taking care of your Digimon, letting them poo their own pants, and then they digivolve into that.
Yes, I remember that because I did it by accident once. I was like, "Where the fuck
was a
did you?"
punishment.
Oh,
It's a punishment for not treating your Digimon correctly.
yep. That sounds accurate.
Yeah, it's Pokemon where the Pokemon have a Tamagotchi mechanic.
Yeah,
That
that was
really fun.
why I was playing. Cause I think that was why I played it originally, because it was like, oh, it's Tamagotchi, but like 3D on PlayStation. Okay.
Yeah.
I never really played much of it because I had to borrow my friend's PlayStation when they had a PS2. So, back in the day. Really
Yeah.
back in the day. Holy crap.
No, highly recommend. Yeah, I will admit it's a bit expensive at 40 quid. So what's that, $50? It's a bit expensive for a 5-year-old game. I would wait for a sale.
Yeah.
If you're looking for something downtime wise that you can just pick up and put down and not have to put too much attention into, perfect. Awesome game.
Fair.
Yeah,
I'm just looking at the list here. Tales of Symphonia Remaster. That's another one that interests me.
I think 2023 is going to be the year of the remasters, and Symphonia's spearheading that list for sure.
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed the Tales games. Don't like honestly, Tales of Arise, I think was the first one I've ever played. No.
Can't remember. It's
There's so many.
It's not one of the games I've played Tales of. I don't think the Tales series. I think I've played any of at all. So
no, it wasn't Arise. But yeah, no. If you ever want to like, get a good story, I do recommend the Tales games.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're on my list. I own a few of them, but have never actually played
Tales
them.
of the Abyss. Tales of the Abyss was the first. It was the first one I've ever played, and I've been always told by any Tales fan that it was the worst one.
Well, at least there's only ways up.
It's always worrying.
That game.
It's always worrying when that happens, though, because you're like, is it the worst one and I'm going to enjoy the others more, or is it the worst one but I enjoy that about it and I'm going to hate the rest?
No, I each one I just enjoyed in their own sense. I mean, I think there is 2 that kind of take part in different timelines.
My understanding is that they all take place in the same timeline, but they're not intrinsically linked. But some of them
in the same world, yeah, but different points in time. But there's one where characters actually cross over the 2 games. I'm not gonna give too many spoilers, but they're definitely if you want to get into like the Tales games, I would recommend it.
I've just pulled up the release timeline. I'm just like that release timeline looks very similar to something that I'm planning to do over the next couple of months / year.
For what?
So because I've recently been diving headfirst into a load of retro games. Like at the moment, I'm doing Banjo-Kazooie, which has been brutal. The first few levels, great. The current ones I'm on, oh my dear God, is they hard. It's like there's no
platformers, man.
There's no difficulty curve. It's just like and a wall. It's like, oh, turn the corner. I am out of everything. It's like I need to go back and farm golden feathers so I can actually do the current level to find the button I need to do the next bit. And it's like
Yup.
Rage-inducing. It's fun, but rage-inducing at the same time because it's also like, I don't know if you've both played Banjo-Kazooie.
Nope.
No. Okay. So you go into the map and you've got to pick up 100 jiggies. They look like jigsaw pieces. I call them puzzle pieces. 5 jingos, which are little birds. I say little birds, about the same size as your character. They're huge. And then 2 hexagons? Yeah, I think hexagons. But the problem is with and look, a cat. We have a cat on video. Stream is over. Goodbye, people.
He was being a little shit. He was annoying me.
I want shoulder. Give me shoulder.
You want to say hi to the people? You
want
to
say
hi to the people? There you go.
No, shoulder.
No.
Derailed by cat. But you've got to get all 100 jiggies. No, not jiggies. 100 notes in each level in one go without dying. Otherwise, you can't get all 100. And that's to 100% of the game. I've given up on 100% now.
Yeah. It kind of teases you as well, because if you've got 90 and you die or exit the level, it goes, well, we're going to save that as your best, and no progress counts for anything unless you beat it.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So every time you go in, it's like, oh, wasn't as good as your best. Go away.
Go away, yeah. That was it. 10 jiggies, one which requires the 5 jingos, the little birds, and 100 notes and 2 honeycombs. And there are 10 maps, and I'm currently 6 or 7 in. I've not got many to go yet. I know I've been told the number of notes I need to get through the last door. So I'm probably going to go
much...
to that, go into all the levels, and be like, right, now I've seen it all, let's leave.
It's very much a format that a lot of platformers loved back in the day. Like Crash Bandicoot, where you've got to go in, complete the level to get the gem, and you go in again to complete the level deathless to get the Ankh, and then you go in again and do the secret side passage to get the crystal, and then you go in again and get all 100 Wumpa fruit to do something else, and anything to make you go back and replay the level so they don't have to make more content because they haven't got room on the disc.
Yeah, I have all 3 Crash Bandicoot games for PS1, and Crash Bandicoot 1 is on the same level of brutal as Banjo-Kazooie. 2 isn't quite as bad, but it's still reasonably brutal. 3 is not as bad as either of those. I'm not sure. I've not booted that game in a while now.
Well, I'll be honest. If you only have 3 of them, you don't have them all because that means you don't have Crash Team Racing or Crash Bash. So
no, but I don't think they come out. They came out on PlayStation.
PlayStation 1 Crash Team Racing for sure.
Is it? Okay, I'll keep an eye out. They didn't have it at my retro thing.
Very niche. It's a rarer one to pick up that.
Crash Team Racing. Yeah, I mean,
I think Crash Bash was PlayStation 1, but I may be wrong with that. To be fair,
I'll keep an eye out for him. I mean, it's not like I collect retro games anymore. Wait a minute. He says with like the stack of Game Boy cartridges next to him. That's half of them. I have more. It's insane.
Oh jeez.
Then there's Game Boy Advance ones. It's about the same stack again. Yeah.
Crash Bash was PS1. Thank you.
Yeah. So no. But my plan is to do the entire Zelda series.
Oh boy!
Or at least as far as I think is it Skyward, whichever one the first one on the Wii was. At least as far as that, because I haven't got a Wii at the moment.
First one on the Wii was technically Twilight Princess, though that was also released on GameCube as a backwards compatible, and then Skyward Sword was the Wii/Wii U crossover.
Yeah, because I mean the one that I can play everywhere up to. I think it was Twilight Princess on Switch. Apart from Four Swords and Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages, those are the
Seasons and Ages is coming though. That will be with you shortly.
Oh, awesome! Oh, that's actually good to know. I'll stop looking at the price of those and crying. 30 quid a cartridge.
Four Swords is a weird one because it was originally released alongside a remake of Link to the Past, and it's 2 separate games technically, but Four Swords is just a multiplayer game. You have to have multiple people to play it. You can't beat it solo, essentially, as far as I'm aware. So Four Swords is widely considered to be non-canon and non-timeline.
That's fair. Yeah, because A Link to the Past, that they've actually got it in my local CEX, so I was very tempted to get it when Kremlik actually pointed it out after the fact. I was just like, oh. But yeah, so all of those you can actually do almost the whole run on Switch, like Legend of Zelda, Adventure of Link, Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Minish Cap. Yeah, you get all the way to there, and then you run out. Then that's all the games you have across all the things if you got the online version.
I may be wrong, but I don't think the side-scrolling Zelda 2 is on Switch, but nobody wants that, so that's fine.
So Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link.
Whichever one the side-scroller is, I can't think what it's called.
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
I don't recall seeing that one.
Not 100% sure.
Yeah, it's the side-scroller. It's this one.
Oh, it is it? Okay.
Yeah. It's got a...
Yeah, I hadn't seen that one, but if it's there, then you're good to go up.
It is on there. I know it's on there. I saw it the other day when I was looking through.
Once they release them Oracles, then you're pretty much good to go up until DS era.
Yeah. And the one and DS, I'll just bite the bullet and be annoyed at myself and play it on emulator. I know I'm playing it on emulator with Switch.
That's the one emulator. I would genuinely recommend against, because a lot of the controls are touchscreen and it just never works as accurately or as good on a mouse and keyboard. It's much better. Like, you've got the boomerang and you can throw it and guide it around. You draw the line on the touchpad and the boomerang follows the line.
Oh, would it be worth getting doing on something like a touchscreen device of some kind?
Yeah, if you've got one. I mean, to be fair, one of the DSs does have a HDMI HDMI out mod as well.
Yes,
so.
the DS original has one, and the 3DS XL. You can tell I'm into modding my consoles. I keep an eye on these sort of things. So yes, but the reason I've not looked at those is they start at £300 or £400.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, because you either have to have the console and then send it off to them to mod for like £200, or you just buy a pre-modded console, which is probably what I'll do because I don't have one.
Yep.
But yeah, they seem to be part of a different timeline. So,
well, I mean,
there's
the entire Zelda timeline is
a mess.
It's worse than Doctor Who.
Oh wow, that's impressive. That is an impressive timeline then. Yeah, no. So that's kind of the plan. Obviously, interspersed with other games. Like, I want to try. I'll probably have a look at the Metroid games, for example, because I never managed to play through those. And there was rumors of us looking at certain crossover games, which sounds fun. But that's a bit of a content plan. It's best content plan I've had in a long time. Because I know you've got an idea of one as well, Caedes, because you've been planning.
Well, yeah, I did Final Fantasy Pixel remasters last year. That was essentially one game a month when I could, with another game in between. So I'd do a Final Fantasy, then a Jak and Daxter, then a Final Fantasy, then a Harvest Moon kind of thing.
Right.
And this year's is, if I get a chance to get fricking started, is going to be Persona. So I am going through the entire Persona timeline, which is bold.
Persona,
not going to be done this year.
Tensei. Persona
not Shin Megami Tensei, not Devil Dice, not Soul Hackers, just Persona.
Which only lets you use like 15 games or something stupid.
I think it's 13.
Really?
So I need to get a crack on with that.
A little bit. And I don't think they're light games either. They're not like 20-hour games. They're 40, 50, 60-hour games, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are full RPGs, but I think for the moment I'm just going to stick to the core. So go literally Persona 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
So I'm probably not going to do the side ones just yet, but if I enjoy them, I'll do them in future.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Yeah. Oh boy.
And then here's me. I'm just sticking to the mainstream story games. I've got the Star Wars one coming up next as soon as that's out.
Yeah, but you've been playing as they come out, so it's kind of useful there.
Yeah. I mean, if I really wanted to go back, I have the entire Star Wars collection on Steam.
Come on.
That could be fun. That could be fun to do, though.
Oh, that could be.
Because, you've got plenty of time coming up soon.
Says the man that's never had kids.
Yeah. The amount of sarcasm I was trying to drip on that comment was palpable.
It was Palpatine. What?
Palpatine? It's always Palpatine. Do it.
Do it. We still share a brain cell. I love it.
Wait, you've got it? Oh, I wondered where it had gone.
I didn't say got it. I said share it.
Yeah. No, I think Caedes has got it at the moment.
Our brain cell is quantum linked. That's what it is.
I'm on timeshare with about 3 separate brain shells, so I never know which one I've got.
Oh, right.
You got 3 brain shells?
Oh, yeah.
Are they different from the bathroom shells?
Oh, the 3 shell technique, yes, of course. Don't get those mixed up, otherwise you'll be thinking about shit all day.
There's the 1 woman problem, there's the 2 body problem, and there's the 3 brain problem.
Oh, God.
Hey, we survived 40 minutes.
Something like that.
Quick, vamp for a while. We're running out of stuff to talk about.
Oh no! I mean, there's always more to talk about.
As if that's what we do all the time anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, genuinely, I always used to say that 2016, 2017 were the best years for gaming. We had so many big, good releases in those 2 years. 2022 and 2023 are giving it a run for its money. There is some absolute belters scheduled for.
So yeah, I'm just gonna go down the list here. Like, a big one for a lot of people is gonna be the Destiny 2 expansion. Like,
yep.
People are non-stop talking about that. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll be getting back into Destiny, but it's gonna have a shout out there.
Yeah.
What else?
Have they managed? Are they managing to get it so you can play the old content, or at least catch
don't
up with
know.
the story of the old content? Maybe not the old content in general, but like you can still do either the missions or they readjust them.
You know what?
Playable.
I have I have disconnected myself so hard from Destiny that I actually don't know. Like when they did that content lock, whatever it was back in the day, I just dropped it and didn't look back. Yeah. It was like that piece of garbage that fell out of my hands. I was on my way, home. Didn't care.
There's a lot of discussion about it in the news at the moment because they're unsure how they're going to do it. The catch up on Destiny is a big problem, and essentially all we know is the developers are aware and they're coming up with ideas. That's pretty much the scope of things at the moment.
I'm glad they've got it on mind. Then that's definitely a good thing to know.
So we'll see what happens there. The next one, another game that I'm looking forward is the PC port for Last of Us.
Yeah, finally a chance to play that because I've not touched that yet.
Like I've been waiting, and it's like, ooh, a PS5 version, and it looks really nice. Part 1 looks so much better than the remastered, but I'm like, but that's a PS5, and I just bought myself a brand new computer, and there's a baby on the way. I'm not getting a PS5. Oh, PC port, I'll take that.
Yep. Ironically enough, PC is still the best value for money in the long run.
Right. First couple of weeks of April, you got Mega Man that's coming out.
Okay. That's on Switch, isn't it? The re-release.
That's PC, as well. PS4, and NS.
Yeah. Ooh. Which I think it'll be pretty much now. Once that drops, that will mean almost the entire Mega Man collection is on PC.
Yeah.
For the first time ever.
That's actually kind of cool.
A week after that, Horizon Forbidden West: Burning Shores.
I need to finish Horizon Zero Dawn.
There's a rhythm game, God of Rock, as well. I don't know if you'll be interested in that one, Sliver. Minecraft Legends, Dead Island 2. And what?
And what? I am intrigued.
Looks like 3rd, 4th week of April, we got Star Wars Jedi Survivor, so you guys will see me playing that. And then May, we got Legend of Zelda, Suicide Squad, Street Fighter 6. June, we got Diablo 4, which
should have a beta test shortly, I believe. An open beta test is coming. Don't quote me, but this month.
Mm-hmm. Final Fantasy 16 in June as well.
Oh god,
that's when I've got to get a PS5 because
there's no way you're not playing that on the day.
Yeah, PC version is still to be determined.
Oh, yeah,
of course.
6 months. It's going to be 6 months to a year before we get it on PC.
Pikmin 4 in July.
That's another one. The Caedes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not even.
Ooh. And some delayed games from previously announced dates. I didn't see this one. Lord of the Rings Golem.
I am really looking forward to Golem.
That one looks interesting.
Yeah. Apparently there's 5 separate, not counting Golem, there's 5 separate Lord of the Rings games in the works at the moment.
That's interesting because it's been a while since we've had I want to see a Lord of the Rings game that had that multiplayer aspect, like the one that was available on EA for a while. What was it?
Do you mean the Nemesis system?
No, it wasn't. It was a co-op. It was a drop-in, drop-out co-op, 4-player.
Oh, War of the North.
Yes.
That was a horrible game.
Oh no,
it was a horrible game.
I was straight trash.
No. Don't get me wrong. It was a horrible game, but I want the system.
Yeah, I would like to see
for a Lord of the Rings game.
My favorite Lord of the Rings game is Third Age, which is the Final Fantasy style RPG.
Okay.
And you basically follow the Fellowship. You're not playing as the Fellowship. They've not converted it into this weird story. You are another group of people following a similar trajectory alongside the Fellowship. So, like the bit where Pippin drops the thing down, the body down the mine shaft in Moria and wakes the Balrog. Your party's below, and you see it bounce down and cause all the ruckus. And then you hear Gandalf kick off. You look down and see the Balrog coming up. Oh, no.
Run away!
So much fun. I would love another game of that ilk. Also an RTS. We need another Battle for Middle-earth. Come on, please.
I've noticed there's not as many real-time strategies coming out at the moment.
Yeah.
I know there was...
It's kind of counter at the moment. They're starting to come out again. We're seeing... Company Heroes dropped today.
Oh, that's true.
They are coming out again now.
I want that. I am looking forward to the one that's from was it the StarCraft or the Warcraft team?
Oh, the Warcraft, the Purple War or whatever it was called.
Was it them? Or there was another one that was very StarCrafty. There was two of them. Because I think we tried. We downloaded Purple War. I don't think we ever tried it. I know we did.
No, we
tried it,
but we did it on Nextfest.
Yeah, we did.
Because I played Scourge, you played Orcs.
And I think didn't we get our ass thoroughly handled?
We got whooped, absolutely battered.
Yeah,
AI is brutal.
Yeah, there was another one. There was another one that was coming out, and I can't remember what it was called.
I don't know anything about that one.
Yeah. Let's have a quick Stormgate.
Stormgate. Okay. No, I don't think I'm aware of that one.
Yeah, it was from the ex-StarCraft devs.
Yeah.
I
would also love to see Ubisoft pull the finger out and do another Mordor game. Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor. I would love to see another one of those, but they just won't touch it for some reason. I don't know why. But they're sitting on a gold mine.
Yeah.
I mean, let's still talking about upcoming releases. Tomorrow, you've got Kerbal Space Program 2 Early Access, Octopath Traveler.
Hold up, what?
Kerbal 2 Early Access drops tomorrow.
Nani?
Yeah.
Multiplayer's not in it yet. Just to
2018. Yeah.
I don't care.
We've lost Sarin then. Goodbye.
Gone.
Phantom Brigade's also coming out on PC on the 28th. On Steam on the 28th rather than Epic. Wait, there's just so many good. This year's going to be amazing.
This year, I mean, you were saying that the last majorly good years was like 2017, 2018. And normally it takes
16, 17 for
16,
me,
17, yeah. But 16, 17, 18. It normally takes like 2 to 3 years to make a good game. Well, that put them directly in the middle of COVID. And everybody was off. There was no releases happening. And a lot of game studios are just recovering. So they've just managed to recover from COVID and release. So this year's stuff is all the shit that was really good that was going to be...
I don't buy into that at all. Because
the next couple of years
in terms of packed. Yeah. Well, no,
that's what I'm saying. Even in terms of cycle, I don't buy into it at all because it was trash release cycle all the way up until 2016. Then we had an absolutely amazing year out of nowhere. 17 was also good. 18 was decent, not as good as the previous two. Then it dropped off in 19. So all the stuff that was being developed during that hype was just not COVID related. Then late 19, early 20, COVID, fair enough, no issue there. But then everyone got back into the stride of things. 2021, 2022, 2023. There's no excuse for them not having stuff out in that period. 21 and 22 specifically, and they've just, apart from like November, December, it was trash. We had nothing. We had 1 or 2 good games a quarter. It was really bad.
I wonder. It would actually be interesting to take a look at the development houses that came out with the games in like 2017-ish, and the ones coming out now, and how many of them share like either entire same development houses or same devs.
Yeah,
because that could be an interesting random stats things coming out of like when the good game developers are working on games and how long they roughly take. Like if it takes 5 years for a game to come out that's going to be good, then
I've got no issue with how long it takes games to come out.
I have no issue as well.
Star Citizen.
Well,
shut up.
For me, Beyond Good and Evil 2. I've been waiting for that game since the PS2. And I will wait for it to be good, because I'm not buying whatever the shit there is peddling now.
Black and White 3. Oh, wait, no. Wrong. Hang on. I want them to redo Black and White. I want them to redo Black and White. That would be amazing remaster. Especially as you literally can't get it anywhere now.
I would wait a decade for a game that I will put 100 hours into, rather than wait 6 months for a game that I'll only spend an hour in. It's just not worth it.
Yeah.
There's so many. And speaking of good games which may come out, I found out recently that there is a community that is trying to get a new American McGee's Alice game made, and it is essentially ready to go. All they need to do is actually build, get an engine and build it. The story, the music, the artwork, the story, the level design, the characters, the costumes, the weapons, the abilities, they're play tested, they're balanced. Everything is done other than the 3D work. That is it.
That's quite impressive, actually.
Genuinely, if EA decide to pull the franchise out the grave and give that the green light, it could be ready in 6 months.
That's impressive.
Damn.
It's so. I love American McGee's Alice. It is the creepiest.
I need to play that, and it's been on my.
Game.
It's one of those ones I keep forgetting about, and it is on my long-term backlog. Yeah, no. I may have to go and play that at some point. Especially if it actually becomes to fruition of like they actually confirm it, then I might go. You know what? It's time to play the original. Because
you could probably knock out 1 and 2 in a week of streams. They're not long games, but they're very, very memorable games.
Yeah, you say they're sort of horror-ish. Horror.
No, not horror. They're not psychological trauma.
Sorry, yeah.
Without spoilers, the first American McGee's Alice takes place after she comes back from Wonderland the first time.
Okay.
And she goes home to her parents' house, and in her sleep knocks over a lantern, a gas lantern, burns the whole house to the ground, killing her parents. Ends up in an asylum, which corrupts Wonderland, which is her inner space. So she's then going through and in her own mentally messed up Wonderland, and it is phenomenally good. Some of the best.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, no, I definitely need to play that. That's definitely. I say that one. Depending on timing, might be towards Halloween, towards that end of the year.
And you could probably genuinely, I'll eBay it, but you can probably pick American McGee's Alice up for like £3.
Oh God, yeah, no.
It's probably not an expensive game. And I've got it on disc anyway, so I don't care.
I would not be surprised if I already own it somewhere.
Speaking of games that if you guys want to pick up some a free game right now, Morrowind is available on Prime, if you guys have Prime, till the end of the month. And then Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition is coming out next month on Prime.
I was just looking at that on Prime, yes. A very good one to play for the Wednesday streams for the co-op. Baldur's Gate is...
That's one
that would be a great idea, to do a Baldur's Gate Wednesday.
That would be fun.
Especially since you've got full custom characters and there's 6 player slots, so you don't have to sacrifice story.
Hands down for that.
Oh yeah, any day.
That'd be fun. I mean, I think
that'll be our plan.
Okay, once that comes out
once that drops. Yeah.
Well, this time next week.
March 2nd, yeah.
Yeah.
Quite literally, this time next week.
This time next week, we should already be playing it. I mean, I was going to actually, unfortunately, because you dropped a message saying you were off yesterday. Because you were tired. I was actually going to go, hey, do you want to do Power Wash Simulator? I'm fairly sure Caedes wants to wash Final Fantasy VII stuff.
I don't
think I own it.
Power Wash.
It's on Game Pass.
Okay.
All right.
That's why I know you've got it.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, I'd be down for that. I mean, again, March 2nd is when Baldur's Gate is I think is when the Prime games roll over.
Yep.
So
yeah,
I own it anyway. I'm good to go.
I could do that for next week. I don't care.
Yeah, well,
Power Wash next week.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. Well, then.
If this is Wednesdays, I unfortunately am working March 21st. Sorry, March 21st, March 1st.
March 1st.
But I could do 8th for sure.
Okay. Yeah, if we go March, if we go 8th,
that'd give me
8th we'll do Baldur's Gate.
That works.
Well, that'd also give me 4 in a row because it's the first of my Wednesdays off. So I would get 8th, 15th, 23rd, 30th, all available for it.
Nice.
Sounds like fun. Sounds like we've got a plan.
Sounds like a plan.
BG1,
oh my god, we have a plan?
BG2, yes. BG3, when it's finished. I'm not touching it until it's finished.
Fair.
But we've also got Icewind Dale and Neverwinter as well, so... And then if we really get stuck, Planescape.
Planescape Tournament.
And then Divinity Original Sin 2, and
yeah, okay.
then all the Kingsmaker stuff, and then...
So we're going to have a full timetable for the next 2 years of games before we get there.
I could fill a year with isometric RPGs without issue. If we're playing Baldur's Gate 1, I am taking you to Durlug's Tower, and I am going to show you how brutal these games used to be.
Okay. That sounds, to be fair, like a lot of fun. So I think definitely... I think that's a good long-term plan then for our multiplayer shenanigans.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think we should stop while we're ahead because we have a plan, and that doesn't never happens.
Quick, someone put some money on the lottery.
The other thing to announce today as well, or that Steam have announced today, is they have actually, to avoid the usual, sale leaks, we know when the next sale's going to be, they've dropped the entire year's dates.
Yep.
Every single Steam sale is... they've just... All those articles, we know when the next Steam sale's going to be. Yeah, everyone does. Get out of it.
Yeah. Well then,
we've got 3 total, well, 2 more Next Fest this year as well.
that's good.
So that should be interesting.
I need to finish the demos of the last one.
Yeah.
I've still got like 6 demos left to play from that because I never got around.
Mystery Fest started today.
Yep.
That's now on.
Sorry, not 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games I've not tried yet, and one of them I want to try multiplayer.
I'm not going to go into the dates of them all because that's just pedantic. But Mystery Fest has just started. Spring Sale is March 16th. Yeah. So Spring Sale is March 16th. Then it's Puzzles, Sports, Next Fest. Summer Sale June 29th. Stealth, Visual Novel, Strategy, Shmup, Next Fest October. And then the return of the Halloween sale, which we haven't seen in a couple of years. Then an autumn sale, and then the winter sale as usual on December 21st.
I've got a very big question for this. Yeah. What the fuck are Kotaku going to post about for the next year?
They've got nothing. They're layoffs incoming.
Layoffs incoming in Kotaku. Yep. Okay. Yep. Anyway, right. Well, I think that's a wrap.
I think that might be a wrap.
I think that's the end of our over 1 year of podcasts. We've been doing this for a year now.
To you.
Yay. We've been doing this for more than a year now.
In a zoo.
Yep.
We work in one.
Yeah.
Well then, in that case,
I mean,
I think Caedes, you're up first.
I'm up first. Right. Well, hello. I am CaedesEnder. I am usually the end. That's how that goes. Thanks, Sliver. I am a variety streamer. I can be caught on Twitch primarily Sundays at the moment, doing some MechWarrior 5 with the community. Though, hopefully, as stated earlier, Persona will be starting very shortly, so join me for that. And go see Sarin.
Yeah.
See me? Oh no. You guys will be seeing me tomorrow. It's gonna be a big day actually tomorrow. In the morning, we've got more Grounded with the crew. And then in the afternoon, we're gonna have a Beyblade tournament. So if you guys are interested to see what's going on with that, join there. We actually managed to get sponsorship from one of the online toys or online stores. Mall of Toys has graciously decided to sponsor the tournament pricing for this time around, so we should have some physical stuff there. Beyond that, I guess I'm just waiting for the baby. If you guys want to help me out, there's a couple items that are available on my Throne wish list. Throne.me/SarinTal. You guys can find on there. And if you see anything that you want to put towards, you can. Everything is community shared, so you don't have to spend everything all at once. You can put like $10, $15, whatever, towards it. Whatever you can. Sliver!
Me!
You haven't gotten your uncle gift yet, you bastard.
I know. It's not on the way.
It's on the list.
It's on the list. I had to wait for payday and everything else. It's going to be a last minute, and now it's delivered. Anyway, I'm TBSliver. Live Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday over on twitch.tv/TBSliver, or YouTube at TBSliver Games, or Twitter TBSliver until inevitably Twitter is driven into the ground. That's a different story for a different day. I will be playing a bit of Banjo-Kazooie tomorrow, and then moving on to another game for a bit, just so I don't rage too hard at it. Because I do want to finish it. Maybe having a look at Demon Throttle, which is a game that I got recently, which is I keep wanting to say it's a roguelike. Ironically, it's a vertical scrolling shooter that's not a flight one. It's really
okay.
It's quite nice. It was one of these ones that's only on physical hardware, only available on with a physical copy. So I got lucky with that one. We might take a look at that or something else, or just chill, whatever. As we usually do on some of my streams, where the plan goes out the window and I just wing it for the entire stream, like usually. Then, but yes. Apart from that, that's us.
That's us, and thank you to Kremlik from behind the scenes support.
Yep, as usual, Kremlik is our puppet behind the scenes, puppet master behind the scenes, almost.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've got the strings on me.
No. Oh yeah, and one thing I completely forgot, on Saturday is my February short play. I knew there was something else forgetting. So
there you go.
That's the time when everyone I pick out 12 games from my back catalogue, or from my extended catalogue, and you guys get to choose which one I play. I normally get through about 4 to 6 of them, depending on how badly down deep into them I get. About half an hour to an hour for them. And you get to see some new games. I get to play some games that I might never get around to. Everyone wins. You get a laugh. I get a die to gravity, the usual one.
Anytime you're on, we get a laugh, but that's okay.
Thanks.
Sometimes he turns his webcam off.
Oh.
And on that bombshell, thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Catch you all next time in about 2 weeks' time for to chat about whatever the hell we've been up to since then.
Okay.
I dropped the mic, but it's expensive and I don't have another one. See y'all.
Sorry, guys.